What's up, YouTube? Silver Gold King here. We got some 01 tool steel. 01 tool steel. We're gonna make this right here. Hopefully we can get 3 knives. Yep, we should be able to get 3. So let me go and trace this out with some blue Dykem, and we'll show you what it looks like before we cut it out. Okay. So when you buy tool steel like this, it usually has this greasy layer on it so it doesn't get rusty. You want to clean that off with a little denatured alcohol. So this is 1/4 inch by 2 inch. So let's get some blue Dykem on there. Let me, there it is. I think I'm going to get the spray next time, because this takes a minute to dry. And let me get this on and we'll come back. Alright, we'll let the blue Dykem on there. We'll let that dry, and then we're going to sketch these in there. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and lay out the holes properly for the pins. Alright, it's the originals. I made 3 copies. I'm going to cut them out, and we're going to glue them on there with the adhesive spray, and then trace them out and do it that way. I've never done it that way before, but I've seen lots of people do it. The handle's a little bit fatter than I want, but as I shape it on the sander, the grinder, I can make it a little bit skinnier. But I think it's pretty good. Let's get at it. So you spray this stuff, you gotta let it sit for a second and get tacky. You usually spray I usually spray both parts if I do something else, but let's see, this should work all right. Pop the holes for the screws. That's it. 3 nice knives. These babies are gonna come out nice. the straight parts, I use the ruler. All I have left is just this little piece in the back. And then this. Alright, that's it. We'll cut these out with the bandsaw and start grinding. Okay, we got them all three cut out. Now I just got to cut this right here, this, and this. Trim it up a little bit, and then we'll get them on the grinder. Back to you in a minute. Alright, there's one all cut out. That's with the bandsaw. The rest I'll get with this 2x72 surface grinder. was like 36, so now I'll go down to a 80, and then I'm gonna do a 120 on the edge, just to get all those bad grooves out of there. And then we'll profile them. Drill the holes, heat treat. Alright, got all three of the edges all the way down to 120. Looks really good. Pretty much all the same, pretty close, you know, within a 16th. That's a little taller. This one's a little taller than the other ones. But for the most part, they all match up pretty good. So we're going to drill the holes for the handles. We're going to profile them a little bit, put an edge on put the blade on there, and then heat treat them. We don't want to go too thin because, well, they won't warp. I could probably put the whole edge on it. It'll be okay. Anyway, we'll keep going. That's them. All profiled, ready to go. So I put some blue Dykem. This is blue Dykem on the edge of the blade right here. And then we're going to scribe it. And this way when we put the edge on it, we know where to go, right center of it. So I've seen other people use this wood. And they just clamp it. Let me clean this off. So they just clamp it on there like this. So I use this piece of wood to drill out my Kydeck. And this I use now for my blades. It looks pretty good. So you just take the blade, the knife, make sure it's clean. Put it up here. There's a little top here, but I think I have it too far to the left. You just snap it on there. And this way the knife don't spin on you. Or you have to clamp it down to the base, you know. So this way it just it's a lot safer. Put your safety glasses on. And this thing also has a laser on it if I need it to line it up. So just line up where it goes. Right there. And I just start it. I use wax. Keep the bit cool. So I bought a bunch of these different reamers. Like this. This is the kind I'm going to use, a little bit smaller. Different things to ream the hose out. I think I got more. I don't know where they're at. Amazon. A lot of times they sell them on Amazon, but then a lot of times I buy stuff on Amazon and I never get it. So if I see something interesting on Amazon, not Amazon, I'm sorry, Instagram, then I'll just go to Amazon and try to find it. And usually I find it for the same price. So let's ream out the holes. Same thing, a little wax. Don't want to ruin my tip. A little more wax. That's it. And I'll flip it over and do the other side. Reams them out real nice. This way when you put the pins in there and stuff, they go on pretty good. And nothing interferes with the handles either. So I'll do this side now. That's it. Nice. I think I have... Shoot, 2x4. I think I have a rod. This is like one of the lanyard rods that I'm going to be putting in there. A little tight. I think you know why it's bent when I cut it. That's why. But yeah, there it goes. See, it fits. Alright. So now all I got to do is drill the holes. But probably drill 4 holes here. 4 holes here. 2 holes here. And maybe 1 more or 2 right here to lighten the blade up, lighten up the handle so it's not so heavy. Making some chips. gonna sand this a little bit right here. Some 120, 220, and then I'm gonna do some heat treating. I think it's ready. I think I might try a Homon. Tried it a few times with clay, it didn't work out. I think I'm gonna do fingernail polish this time. See how it works out with the heat treat, and then the acid dip too, the same thing. All right, we're ready for heat treat. I got a 120, 220, a little bit of 300, and then I drilled a bunch of holes right here to line up the handle. Still a little hot. Much better, much lighter. Okay, let's go heat treat this. that's that. I think the hormone did come out, see it? Fingernail polish. Cool. Alright, let's go and temper this. We're going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees. It's a little thicker knife, so usually I go 2 hours. I think on this one we go 2.5, maybe 3 hours. Sand it, put the handle on there, put an edge on it, and we're done. Okay, so we got it in the toaster oven. Gonna leave it in there for a couple hours and she should be baking good. Thanks. So I just got this out of the heat treat. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it. See how it looks. Okay, so this is it. You really can't see the hormone that good on this side. I mean, you can. I kind of sanded it to see if it would show up with 320, and it went shiny again, so I put some more acid on it. This side I didn't sand. Look how nice it looks. Anyway, that's it. And I'm going to put this old whiskey barrel handle on there. So I'm just debating whether I should stabilize it in cactus juice or go with it like this, because it's been soaked in whiskey for so long that it might be okay. I don't know. I think I'm going to stabilize it. It'd probably be better, but I am using a tail liner. If I use a liner, I probably wouldn't have to worry about it. Because the main thing back in the day before they stabilized wood is they would use wood handles, but then water would get behind it and rust the knife out. And then that's when they started using liners and would prevent it from rusting. So I'm thinking I'm gonna stabilize it. Okay, so I wind up stabilizing the wood. I put it in the oven for about an hour and got all the moisture out of it, about 300 degrees. And I put it in this vacuum chamber now with cactus juice. And we're gonna let this simmer in here until all those bubbles are gone. And it wasn't that bad. Usually when something has a lot of moisture and it's not really stabilized, it'll really bubble to the top. And this didn't do that. It's minimum bubbles. So I guess from it being in the whiskey all those years that it's pretty much stabilized, but we're gonna do it anyway. So I just got this out of the oven. We cactus juiced it. And I put it in the oven for almost 2 hours, about 350. You can still see the steam coming off of them. They're pretty hot. But they're good to go now. All stabilized. So we're going to put the handle on here. It's going to look nice. I'm excited. Alright. So we got the wood all stabilized. I cut them in half. This is 1, 2, and 3. You see it's really nice whiskey barrel wood. That's originally how thick it is. So I cut them in half. So they're about a ½ inch, 3/8 to ½ inch. This one's a little skinnier. This one came out odd for some reason. But the rest are good. So I'm going to do is flat sand this one side. We're going to cut them out and see how much of this old texture we can save on the actual blade for as a handle. Probably not much, but if not, we sand it, we can reburn it, and it'll make it look pretty much the same. So this is the green we're going to be using. I'm going to glue that on there. It's going to look really nice. I wish I had enough to double it up, but I don't. This is all I have left. Yeah, it would look much better if it was thicker. I mean, I could cut it, make it thicker, and add another piece inside the center to fill it in, but it's a lot of work. Let's go with this, see what happens.
Papa,
Hang on, baby.
what you doing?
Making a video.
Okay.
All right. What I like about this brush is you can really dig it in there, you know? Really know you get that. Instead of just taking that popsicle stick and smearing it on there, just you rub it in there really good into the grain and everything. And it cleans up really easy. You can either let it dry on there and wipe it right off, peel it off, or I just stick it in denatured alcohol and then clean it after that. Anyway, that's it. Then we'll trace it out and cut it, and I'll probably just screw it on to the handle. I don't know if I'm going to glue it to the handle, the knife, or use those fancy screws I have. Chicago screws, something like that. Okay, hang on there. So I'm working on those handles. I got them shaped to the form of the knife handle somewhat. I just wanted to show you a little trick that I learned from other videos. Instead of trying to shape it on the knife, you put blue tape here on both sides, on the inside where it sits on the metal, and you just put a couple of drops of super glue on there, and you glue them together, and then you can shape the knife. Which on my pencil I don't. So then I draw it out. I draw it out where it's going to be recessed in, and then out, in, same on both sides, and top and bottom. So here I need to go in, and then back out, in, back out. So these, I keep this fat right here, I keep this fat right here, and then in the center I keep it fat. And then in between there I go in, out, out. So I'll trim this first on the sander, and then this part. And then I'll just start shaping it to to your thumb and whatnot. So let me show you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be right there.
Oh, you want it in
No,
there?
I'll get it right there.
Okay.
I gotta get this opened up here.
Clouds are rolling in.
So just put a drop here, drop there, and that's it. Then I'll shut it like this. Get it really close. And that's pretty good. This is really good stuff too. PSI or BSI. Instead of buying that little super glue all the time, you buy that big old one. So that's it. Now after I'm done shaping this, I just took a razor knife or a putty knife in there and pop it open. And the tape just literally just peels right off of this thing. I think I missed the back a little bit. I'd rather have the back lined up than the front. I just won't touch that. All right, there you go. All right, time to glue this handle on. So I'm gonna get the glue ready, acetone or denatured alcohol, everything, get the clamps ready, and I'll be right back. I'm actually using the fast set. I don't usually use the fast set to glue the handles on. I use it for everything else. Still, it takes a half hour to an hour. It's really good because it's expensive stuff from U.S. knife makers. But I want to take this knife to work tomorrow and show it off, so. Let's do this one first. This one here. nice tight fit. That was good. Oh, this damn bucket of water. Saw that bucket of water there, my razor knife fell in it. Alright, had a little problem with the copper pin, but we got it. Alright, so got it. Oh shit. Never is the knife go. Anyway, I'll be back. I gotta clean this up. Alright, so we got it all cleaned up. It's not bad. A couple little scratches, but I think you can get those out with some more acid. Everything's nice and tight. I got the lanyard copper pin straightened out. There was a little bend that stuck a punch in there and straightened it all out. So, sanding this to get the form of my thumb and everything, we kind of lost all the old finish from when it was a whiskey barrel. So, I think what I'm going to do, so after I clean it all up and sand it a little more, is just hit it with a torch and get that rustic look back. And I think it'll be okay. It should be good. Hope you guys like this video and the little homon we have in there. I think it came out really nice. I like it. It's a nice knife. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, please. Thank you. I wanted to show you guys one thing. So all that glue that was in there, I just hit it and popped it all out. Look at that. These are pretty good. The glue just pops right off of this thing. I love it. All right.